You are watching Platinum Northwest TV News. Good evening and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm Philadelphia Mangoeng. Let's take a look at the leading top stories. First up, 6 lives have been lost on a horrific road accident just outside Ventersdorp, and acting provincial commissioner has condemned the killing of an active member of the Community Police Forum. In the business news, rising municipal debt is a cause for concern. And in the sports news, Amajimbos coach confident in their readiness for the Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations. We begin here. MEC for the Northwest Department of Community Safety and Transport Management, Wessels Moring, has sent his condolences to the families of the deceased and wished a speedy recovery to those who are injured in an accident that happened on the road between Klaarskral and Wilverdient on Saturday evening. This after 2 vehicles driving in opposite directions collided head-on, leading to the death of 6 people. 4 of the deceased were in one vehicle that carried 6 passengers, and both drivers are also deceased. In total, both vehicles were carrying 10 passengers. 4 survivors are seriously injured and have been taken to the hospital. In other news, the acting provincial commissioner of the Northwest, Major General Patrick Asaneng, has condemned the alleged killing of an active member of the Community Police Sub-Forum member on Thursday evening at Ikemeleng Informal Settlement in Kruandal, just outside Rustenburg. Major General Asaneng indicated that community police forums are legally established structures to assist and support police in the fight against crime, and that killing of those who volunteer to ensure safer communities cannot be condoned. Police spokesperson in the Northwest Province, Brigadier Sabata Mokgwabona, has more.
It is alleged that Sydney Boweni, age 28, was found inside his Toyota single-cab vehicle, which had collided with a fence at one of his neighbor's house. Furthermore, Mboweni was found with what appeared to be gunshot wounds to his head. Paramedics were summoned to the scene where the victim was certified dead. Preliminary investigation revealed that Mboweni had just eaten supper when he allegedly got into his buggy to go to the police station to report a crime. The girlfriend heard gunshots a few minutes later. Then unknown men arrived to report that Mboweni was involved in an accident. The girlfriend went out to investigate and only to find that the deceased had collided with the neighbor's fence and had gunshot wounds to the head. The victim was a CPF chairperson sub-forum in the area. At this stage, the motive of the incident is yet to be determined and no one has been arrested. Investigation into the matter continues. Major General Asaneng conveyed his heartfelt message to the deceased family, fellow CPF members, and indicated that no stone will be left unturned to ensure that the culprits are brought to book.
In more news, the 5th week of trial into the disappearance of Joshlin Smith will commence on Tuesday, April the 1st. Now, the matter is currently being heard in the White City Multi-Purpose Center in Saldanha. Last week, the investigating officer in the matter, Detective Wesley Lombard, took to the stand. Lombard detailed his first encounter with Kelly Smith, that's Joshlin's mother, describing her as restless and dismissive, showing little concern for Joshlin's whereabouts. He told the court that when he questioned the men on the whereabouts of Joshlin, he was advised to speak to Kelly, or rather ask Kelly where the child was. More witnesses are expected to take the stand. Moving on to international news now, the United States President Donald Trump said that he was very angry at Russian President Vladimir Putin, who threatened secondary tariffs on oil coming out of Russia. This after reports emerged that Putin called for a transitional government to be put in place in Ukraine. Trump warned that if Russia was at fault for the lack of peace deal with Ukraine, he would impose sanctions on countries purchasing Russian oil. Trump stated that he had planned to speak with President Putin this week, who suggested recently that Ukraine be put under some form of temporary administration to allow for fresh elections that could push out Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. And with that, let's take a look now at the business news. the business news, the growing municipal debt is a concern for the Congress of South African Trade Unions, that's COSATU, because it would impact essential services. Now, this comes after the National Treasury revealed in a circular that the total amount owing by municipalities in the fiscal year 2024 to 2025 increased by 24 billion rand. Additionally, according to the National Treasury, municipalities owed 128 billion rand in the fiscal year 2024 to 2025. This is an increase above the 104.3 billion rand recorded over the same time period in the fiscal year of 2023-2024. While expressing equal worry, the Public Service Accountability Monitor knows the progress is being made in resolving the issue. And that's all from the business news. Your sports update follows next. In soccer news, coach Vela Khumalo of the South African Under-17 men's national team is confident in his team's readiness for the Under-17 Africa Cup of Nations. Amajimbos will begin their campaign in Group B against Egypt at the Labi Zoli Stadium in Casablanca in Morocco this evening at 10 p.m. South African time, with Cameroon and Burkina Faso also in their group. Out of the 16 teams participating in this tournament, 10 will qualify for the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in Qatar later this year. Khumalo believes that they have potential to qualify. Now, this year marks the inaugural annual Under-17 FIFA World Cup featuring 48 teams, and Khumalo emphasizes the qualifying would be a significant achievement for the Amajimbos.
I think importantly for the boys is it will be a massive achievement for them. Just being in the World Cup, be seen by the world and showcasing their talent. I think that is the most important thing. And for me as a coach also, the profile will be looking good and the experience will be there, saying that we have been in the World Cup, we've been in AFCON. That augurs well with the development of a coach and development of a player. I think importantly is seeing ourselves reaching our targets. I think I need to re-emphasize that to say it is very important that these boys, they have this stage and we have this stage and we can compete amongst the best. If we are saying we are the best in our country, so we need to compete amongst the best in the world. So the world and the stage is waiting. Let's see what is going to happen going forward.
Moving on to rugby news now, the Vodacom Bulls distinguished themselves significantly against their South African counterparts in the Vodacom United Rugby Championship this past weekend, as the team from Pretoria was the sole representative among the four franchises to achieve a victory during round 14 of the competition. The Vodacom Bulls dominated Zimbe Parma 63-24 in Pretoria, but it was a disappointing round for other South African teams. The 14-man DHL Stormers narrowly lost 38-34 to Ulster in Belfast. The Hollywood Sharks fell 10-7 to Leinster in Durban, and the Emirates Lions faced a heavy 42-0 defeat against the Glasgow Warriors in Scotland. As a result, the Vodacom Bulls remained in third place with 50 points, 4 behind Glasgow Warriors and 12 behind Leinster. And that's where we're going to have to wrap it up for this evening. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow evening. Till then, good night and take care.